Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDN TV Nigeria. Click on the subscribe button and be the first to get notifications.
The 16th of April 2024 marks 1 year after the Peace Committee led by former President of the Christian Association of Nigeria, Pastor Ayiri, on behalf of the Shekiri Nation, failed to successfully reconcile Ogiame Atuwashe III, the Olu of Warri, and Chief Ayiri Imami, who have been at loggerheads since the coronation of Atuwashe III. This situation has left the Shekiri Nation sharply divided along two obvious and distinct lines. While Chief Ayiri continues to insist that the laws regulating the succession to the throne must be followed to the letter, the Olu is insisting that Chief Ayiri is no longer a chief in Warri Kingdom. Cases are ongoing at the law courts, the outcomes of which no one can successfully predict. So which way forward for the Shekiri Nation? The Warri Consultative Forums have put together a special package to examine developments in the Shekiri Nation after the Botched peace process.
My name is Chief Ayiri Imami, the Ologbojere of Warri. Who else?
Chief Ayiri Imami was born on the 26th of April, 1975, into the Ishekiri family of Chief Akunu Imami of Warri Kingdom in Delta State and Mrs. Felicia Imami Ni Ogufemi from Ondo State. He grew up under the strong influence of his father and his Shekiri chief, the former Eyekun of Warri Kingdom, who instilled in him respect for his Shekiri cultures and traditions. A very successful businessman, Chief Ayiri is chairman and chief executive officer of A&E Group Nigeria Limited, a company with investments in oil and gas, construction, haulage, entertainment, and the hospitality industry. Chief Ayiri is a tireless philanthropist who continues to lend a helping hand to those in need, both in his immediate community and beyond. He has funded and is still funding several people in their academic pursuit from primary to tertiary levels through scholarships. He has also helped several people in setting up small-scale businesses which have transformed their lives. During the Warri crisis several years ago, a dispute between the Ishekiris and some of their neighbors, several Ishekiri communities were destroyed. Among them was the ancestral headquarters of the Shekiri Nation, Ode Ishekiri, also known as Big Warri and Ugborodo. Chief Ayiri was a major contributor in the rebuilding of these communities. A confirmed defender of the Shekiri Nation and interest, Ayiri was conferred with the title of Ajuwa Oyiboyami of Warri Kingdom, also known as AKUGHA, by His Royal Highness Ogiame Atuwashe II, the 19th Olu of Warri, on the 28th of April 2012, barely 2 days after his 37th birthday. In recognition of his continuous service to the Ishekiri Nation, the 20th Olu of Warri Kingdom, His Royal Majesty Ogiame Ikenwole I, on the 20th of October 2017, elevated Ayiri to the supreme chieftaincy position of Ologbojere of Warri Kingdom, a position in which he doubles as the traditional Prime Minister and Chairman of the Olu's Advisory Council. It was in this position that Chief Ayiri found himself squaring up against some powerful interests in the Warri Council of Chiefs and the Guinewa One ruling house, when Ogiame Ikenwole I surprisingly joined his ancestors in December of 2020. By tradition and law, drawing from the Chieftaincy Edict of 1979, which governs the process for the selection to the title of Olu of Warri, the Ologbojere of Warri superintends over the selection of a candidate and publicly crowns him the Olu of Warri. However, Chief Ayiri, as Ologbojere of Warri, insisted on adherence to the 1979 Chieftaincy Edict, which precludes Prince Shola Emiko, who had earlier been disqualified in 2015 as a candidate for the throne after his father joined his ancestors. According to Section 4 of the edict, to qualify as a candidate for the throne, one's mother must be Shekiri or of Edo origin. Prince Shola Emiko's mother is Yoruba from Ogun State. To get Prince Emiko crowned Olu of Warri, Chief Ayiri was suspended by the Guinea One ruling house, and Chief Johnson Amashorilege was appointed chairman of the Olu Advisory Council. In this capacity, he conducted the selection process, and Prince Shola Emiko was eventually crowned Olu of Warri on the 21st of August 2021. According to Prince Yemi Emiko, who helped pave the way for Prince Shola Emiko to mount the throne, the plan was to get Chief Ayiri out of the way, but reconcile him after the coronation and thereafter find ways to amend the chieftaincy edict. For Chief Ayiri Imami, he remains surprised why the Shekiris have refused to see the difference between right and wrong.
How is it so bad that we got to this level where we have one of the best lawyers in this country is Chekiri? We are talking of one of the best engineers in this country is Chekiri. Doctors, Chekiri, former governor. We sit and condone illegality. My God, may God forbid and our ancestors and come and tell me to partake in illegality because I say no. You say they must crucify me. Me, I will stand for that. It's not all about Olubushere. You cannot force me to do the wrong thing as far as Shekiri is concerned.
With the Warri kingdom sharply divided and several court cases pending, Prince Yemi Emiko commenced a reconciliation process.
I went to Papa Ayo a couple of times, knelt down in his office to beg, to plead that he should take the lead, that we cannot have people like him as a Shekiri and things like this. Reluctantly, the man agreed. In the end, see how it's turned out.
With so many important dignitaries prevailing on Chief Ayiri, he agreed to embrace the peace process even when he doubted the sincerity of Ogiame Atuwase III. So first, there was a meeting on the 14th of April 2023 where all agreements were reached, and another meeting scheduled for April 16th, 2023 to publicly confirm the reconciliation. This process was midwifed by Pastor Ayo Orishe Jafo, former president of the Christian Association of Nigeria. However, contrary to expectations, the April 16th meeting ended in a fiasco as the Olu of Warri reneged on agreements earlier reached.
Pastor Ayo Orishe Jafo, the former president of CAN, Christian Association of Nigeria, someone hinted him that this one was going to happen. And as the chairman of the peace committee, he said to them that that was not the agreement on Friday. That was why Pastor Ayo walked out of the palace. That's to tell you that this is a script which Pastor Ayo was not part of, and he was only told there, Shekiri will say, and as the chairman, he said he was not going to be part of this, and he walked away.
It's exactly 1 year this week since the botched peace process. Since then, Warri Kingdom has been divided. Will Chief Ayiri submit himself to another peace initiative?
I will not, because I think I've actually done that before. Before I left my home, I consulted our ancestors. Should I go to that place? And the answer was, just go, but you see what will happen. So I was aware. Before that day, I don't talk. Whatever that has happened, I don't talk. I kept quiet. I'm just silent. I have to stomach everything. But after that day, they told me to start speaking, to let Shekiri know what is going on. And after that day, A lot of Ishekiri now realize that I'm not the problem. Because I went there, I knew that they don't understand. So, to me, I've told everybody that cares to know that I will not attend any peace meeting any longer. There's no peace anywhere now.
As the traditional crisis continues, the entire saga seemed to have degenerated to a spiritual warfare. While visiting Chief Ayiri's community, Ogborodo, recently, the Olu visited the river bank where he offered prayers. Chief Ayiri was also at the river to request Umalokun, the river goddess, to help in giving Ishekiri nation an Olu, since there was no lawful one at the moment. In response to Chief Ayiri, several attempts were made to ostracize him from the Ishekiri nation. Traditional priests of Ishekiri communities were asked to lay curses on anyone contending with Ogiame Atuwashe III over the Olu of Warri's throne. In spite of all attempts to silence Chief Ayiri, he remains steadfast in his quest that the right thing must be done as instructed by Ishekiri gods and ancestors. Some Ishekiri youths who believe in the struggle of Chief Ayiri recently stormed several locations across the state to insist that the Ishekiri nation must put an end to the tribal bullying of Chief Ayiri.
He is not the problem. All he just said and did is to say the law that our forefathers put down for us must be obeyed. That's it. And I don't see any reason why anybody should bully him based on that. As I speak to you now, most of us don't recognize that we have an Olu right now, because the process that brought it in is against the extant laws. It's like you have a coup in a country and people are saying you have a president. How do you do that?
Prince Clem Omotoye, chairman of Iwere Consultative Forum, says the way forward for the Ishekiri nation is a peaceful resolution of the dispute.
It is only a fool that will be happy with the situation on ground. And because we are not happy, some of us, we are not happy, that is why we have consistently called on the Olu to look for the best possible way to resolve this matter.
With the division in Ishekiri nation, the constant confrontation between supporters of the Olu and Ayiri, as well as the ongoing court cases against the Olu, Prince Yemi Emiko says the Olu must take the initiative and drive a peace process that will unite the kingdom.
Ayiri, I will say this a million times, has not committed any crime against anybody in this land. All Ayiri did was stand by the law. When you might meet a man of very strong principles like that, and then people say it's controversy, there's no controversy. You either do it correctly or not at all, and that is why he had approached the court to say, okay, tell me if what I did was wrong. And God forbid the court agrees with him. Where are we going to put our faces? And therein lies the fear some of us have, that why wait to go all that route when we can indeed sit down and resolve these issues?
Unfortunately, the second was not completely misled in making Ayiri manage. As a king, he knows what he saw. He can only do, however hasty he may have been, knows what he saw in this man. In fact, I want all of you. Well, it's not about where you like the man. You stand up and celebrate the man over the man.
Inside the Niger Delta,